Why do you build me up? Buttercup, baby, just to let me down and mess me around in the worst of all.
What is going on, guys? I am back today with another RCT3 Park Tour, and this park tour is of Dancey Dance Park and Shipwreck Shores Water Park. And so let's go inside the park. And there's the Eiffel Tower thing that I added when I first started this park. And here is the area to the left of when you enter. Here's an overview of it. You'll get all these rides if you enter to the left, and if you enter to the right, you'll actually get a Windseeker type ride, a Wave Swinger type ride, and all these rides, and the Shipwreck Shores Water Park too. And here is the American Rush slide I tend to clone at my water parks, as you know. And here is a bull slide I made called Black Widow Spider and Adrenaline Blaster. And here is a tornado slide I made called the Toe Wiggler. And here is a planetarium I added recently. And here is one of the coasters I have, which is an Intimate Impulse called Steel Hope. And here is the drop tower I added. And here's all those other rides, and there's an elephant enclosure too that I added, where you could go see some elephants and stuff. And here are a bunch of food stands I added, and there's the flying carpet type ride and all these other rides. And then there's my B&M floorless coaster called the Finger Cross, because at the time I made this, I was like really hoping to go to an amusement park in Las Vegas called Adventure Dome, and I'm still hoping to go there at this point. And yeah, so anyways, here is the Lupo plane type ride I added, and here is another restroom followed by another food stand, and here's the Gallows Swing type ride I added when I first made this park. And here, as you can see, is my B&M dive coaster called the High Kick Craziness. And here's another one of those stands I added. And here's another restroom and a bunch of stands. And here's this restaurant Coral Wash Pizza that I added when I first made this, followed by another food stand, followed by all this stuff as you see. And here is the Thunder Bobs type ride I added. And here is once again the RCT3 knockoff of the SNS Twisted Looper. And here are a bunch of other stands, followed by a twirler type ride. And here's the Jolly Bee stand, as you can see over here. And here's a McDonald's stand McDonald's I added. And yeah, that's all that stuff. And here is the Twister type ride I added, followed by all these stands, and a Timberliner coaster called Pacific Panic. And here is the disco type ride I added. And here are a couple restrooms. I meant to say this is a stand and this is a restroom, I'm sorry. And here is the Ferris wheel type ride I added. And yes, I added the normal Ferris wheel this time. I rarely ever do that when I play RCT3 anymore. Usually I just get the giant Ferris wheel because it's RCT3 Platinum, so. And anyways, here is another restroom I added. And here are all those stands, as you can see. And here is a lion show I added, and a Riptide type ride, and followed by a B&M Giga called the Birthday Power, as you see. It looks taller than Fury. That's because it is. And So here are these things I added: a sun cream stall and another restroom. And here's a wooden coaster I just added. I added at the time I first made this park, called Barefoot Striker. And here's the double sky wheel I just added today, followed by a towering coaster called Sideburn Runner. And here is a Gerstlauer coaster I added called the Cavity Madness. And here is a whole area of kiddie rides I added. And here is a launch coaster I made called Barefoot Skipper. And here is the Top Star type ride. And here's the Whirling Dervish type ride too. And here's the B&M winged coaster I made called the Disrespect Disaster. And here's an overview of the area added between the Disrespect Disaster and my B&M Inbird over there, which is called Donkey Shout. And yeah, here is another area of rides I added. And here is a Huss UFO I added today called Surprise Strikes. Here is the ship ride and called Have Main. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I said ship ride. I meant to say Have Main. And here's the SNS Scream and Swing I added called Bright Flyers. And here's my B&M Inbird, as I already showed you. And here is my Reese's Peanut Butter Cups type ride called Reese's Peanut Loving Butts. And so, is there an area that I forgot to show you? I forgot to show you this ride called Tagada. And here is a sunglasses stall and the swimming suit stall. And yeah, so I think I might have showed you everything. Yep, I did. So that concludes this tour of Dancey Dance Park and Shipwreck Shores Water Park. Reply to me your thoughts on this video, and I will see you in the next. I forgot to show you this ride. I'm sorry. This is the Gravitron type ride I call the Farting Future Spinner. And it's part of when you first see the park. And here is a ride that I forgot to show you a better view of. And there's Donkey Shout going up its lift right there. And I showed you this area. And yeah, that concludes this tour. And this ride right here is called Powerboat 2. And yep.